Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation of Wrestling Podcast. Yours truly, the 28-year-old piece of gold of franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, KB, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King 2.0 in the building, bro. What's going on?
Man, what's good with the people, man? We gotta come on and do our 1, 2. But today, man, we're gonna be doing a 1, 2, 3 for y'all, man. So we're gonna start it off and kick things off with NXT real quick, man, and run through that real fast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. So to start off the night, man, we got MSK going up against Jacket Time in round 1 of the Dusty Cup Classic. Dude,
Nice match.
MSK. Yeah,
Nice match.
MSK ended up picking up the victory. This was a really, really good match. I know we kind of was upset with the way MSK been portrayed as of late, being super goofy and, not really being taken seriously. Plus, they were off TV for a while, pretty much since the rebrand of 2.0, really. But yeah, man, they came in against Jacket Time. First of all, hard-hitting match, highly entertaining. MSK looked legit. The crowd was actually on fire for this whole entire match. Jacket Time, man, that boy Kushida and Ikemen Jiro, they did the damn thing. And then, of course, man, both teams, they showed each other love at the end of the match. Tuco, man, what did you think of this first Dusty Tag Team Classic match? MSK, Jacket Time, talk to the people.
Great way to start the show with getting to the action. That's what we liked about NXT. When NXT start, unless it was something really important that someone came out and said something, you got straight to the action, and they got straight to the action. So that was a plus. MSK, Jacket Time, they did their damn thing. I mean, we know what these 4 men can do in the ring. All we ask is that we get to see them do it in the ring. And unfortunately for Jacket Time, because of the way they're portrayed, they're almost kind of worse goofballs than MSK. But at the same time, they're talented as hell. So you want to see more from, especially Kushida, man. Come on, man. You know how I feel about my dude there. You know how I feel about him. So I want to see different. I want to see more. I want to see better. It was good to see them. Unfortunately, I don't plan on seeing them much more after this, but really good match. And I got to give a positive for NXT 2.0. Good start to the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. And to me, the same thing. Man. I really feel like they started this show on a high note. It was cool, man. Like I said, to see MSK. I mean, them guys. That's one team I feel like when they do get caught up to the main roster, I think they may be okay, but we'll talk about that another day. All right, man. So then we get a segment. We get a backstage segment. We get Zoe Stark and Io Shirai. Man, we ain't seen these two in a while. Stark says she needs a new partner. Io says 9. In steps Tiffany Stratton. And then Io says, you know what? Hey, look, hey, I wasn't ready for you. I wasn't asking for you, but Tiffany Stratton talking her shit saying she's going to beat EO. So then we get that match set up later. Then, of course, we get a segment. We get a Cameron Grimes vignette, man. He's talking this talk on Tony D'Angelo, who he would end up facing later on in the night for a #1 contendership match for that NXT North American Championship. Then we get that boy, man, Santos Escobar, the leader of Legado del Fantasma. He came out to the ring too cold, and that boy Santos had some stuff to get off his chest. And who was it directed towards? It's that brand new NXT champion, Braun Breaker. First of all, saying that the Steiner family math is completely off, as they must have went to the EC school of education. And then, and then of course, Santos, I wasn't expecting you to pop that quick.
Hey man, as an alum of that EC education, I mean, hey, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
And Santos, man, even though it's part of the storyline, Santos, man, he kind of spoke some truth. He said, this guy pretty much ever since he stepped foot in NXT, he's been pushed to the moon. Like literally, as soon as he stepped foot, he's getting placed in high profile matches with Tommaso Ciampa. He ain't even been there for a cup of tea, and already he is the NXT champion. Now, with that being said, Braun Breaker, he's not one to sit there and have a whole lot of talking. Neither was his daddy or his uncle. They want to get down to business. Braun Breaker, look, man, hey, look, screw all the talking. If you want to lay down the challenge, I'm here to accept. And then, of course, you got Santos saying we'll do it on my time. And then you got Legato trying to jump my boy, and Braun Breaker ain't letting that happen. Too cold, man. Santos Escobar, Braun Breaker, NXT Championship. Now, I'm pretty sure we both are on the same page as thinking that, Braun's going to retain if and whenever they decide to do this. But the one thing we kind of complained about that we didn't get, that we thought we were going to get back when Karrion Kross was the champion, was Santos versus Karrion Kross, or Santos versus somebody for that big NXT title. Looks like we heading in that direction now. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm glad I'm glad they're doing something with him, and they're letting him be him. They really haven't changed Escobar, or in really any of them. They haven't really changed them, which is a good thing. They continue to let them continue to be who they've been. And then, like you say, him coming out and cutting a promo was awesome. It was awesome in the sense of NXT consistency. Having someone that can cut something and it means something, and
right.
It got a reaction, and you got the reaction that he wanted. Breaker comes out and they actually held his own, man. He wasn't great, but he was good. He held his own. You could definitely see the work that him and Ciampa did and how it helped him with Escobar. So now it's like, you don't really have to put too much into it. There was enough put into his previous rivalry to kind of really set him up. And now Escobar already being a former champion, somebody that knows how to talk and has been talking and speaking and doing all this stuff and putting on good matches. It's another guy to help Breaker get over. But I also see Escobar as another one of those guys that actually is in the conversation of actually being an NXT champion. Like, I don't see him just being someone for Breaker to put over. I actually see him as someone that will be NXT champion or North American champion, but he's going to be a champion soon. And I definitely see that in him. At least I hope they'll do that for him.
Next up, man. So we get a Boa vignette. He's shooting on Solo Sikoa. And then we get a match, man. No DQ match. Again, another good match. I thought this was cool. We got Boa. We got Solo Sikoa. Match a little bit all over the place, as most no DQ matches are. Sikoa ended up getting at the victory. Now, I don't really care for the storyline per se, but I feel like they did pretty well with what they were given. Tuco, man, what were your thoughts on the match or the storyline or either?
Didn't care for the storyline whatsoever. So the match itself was a bit of surprise for me because I didn't really expect too much from it. But these guys let it go. They let it go, and they beat the holy hell out of each other all over the arena. And it was a good DQ match. It was fun. It was fine. It was good enough where I can not give a damn about none of that. If you were just to put these two, like, hey, you know what, we're gonna have this DQ match. You know what, you're gonna have this match. If that's what you told me you really did with it, it'd have been fine. And that's how I considered it, because anything that happened prior between these two, it didn't matter. The fact that they went out there and they did the damn thing, and they, you want to see what they can do in the ring per se, but we've already kind of seen that. But that didn't really get the attention people really wanted. So this did, and hopefully it will get more people wanting to see more of what they can do and give them more of a chance. But it was good. It was decent.
My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Well, man, you good.
So we ended up getting our guy, man. One of the guys, when they had that breakout tournament some months ago that we referred to yesterday, we got that boy, man, Duke Hudson. Now, of course, he went up against Guru Raj. It was a squash match, but man, we said this already, and I want to reiterate it. I think Duke Hudson has the it factor. I think he has the tools to, if he does get called up, he may very well succeed as long as he continues to improve. What are your thoughts, man? Are you still high on Duke Hudson, or do you need to see more?
No, I still like him. I just want them to figure out who he is. He's been 3 different people. Since he's been in 2.0. It's like, dude, like, fair. Are you a gambler or are you a psychotic? It's like, what the hell are you, man? What are you? Are you a lover boy?
We thought he was a Chippendale dancer.
Right. I'm about to say, man, what are you? So I need them to figure out what he is. Yeah. And now this seems to be what he's gonna be, but until they figure that out for sure, and they feel like it's working, and they give them a proper feud with somebody. Hopefully not Cameron Grimes anytime soon. But I can see
Right.
it happening. Um, but and that's not to say I don't like Cameron Grimes. I just don't care for them two to fight again. Uh, it's gonna take a minute. It's definitely gonna take a minute because they got to figure out you again. It's almost like you force feed us three different people, but it's the same dude.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
he's been too many different characters lately. So just figure out one, and then let's see what he does with that.
Next match, man, we get Toxic Attraction versus Hartwell Parada and Kaylee Ray. Another match again. They got a fair amount of time. We've been
I feel
complaining.
like
This
I
is
got too
this is what
much time. I feel like I got too much time, to be honest.
okay. So you feel like you got too much time. I feel like maybe it could have ended a commercial break sooner. I will say
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
will say that, but I feel like overall, I felt like the match in its entirety was a watchable match. I don't feel like it was
Mm,
a bad match. I feel like it
mm,
was watchable. I feel
mm.
like it was watchable.
T-
Now,
towards the end, yeah, sure.
you know what? You know what? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I feel like the match
After, yeah,
it took too long to get it to really get kicked into gear. Maybe
yeah,
that's what I feel like. It stalled a little too much. Is what it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
But I want to bring up something, man, because out of all the women in the match, of course, you got Mandy Rose. She's the champion. We love Kaylee Ray. We know what she can do. I think though the sleeper, and I really want to see what she can do as a singles competitor. I think the sleeper might be that girl Gigi Dolan, man. I I see something in Gigi. When I look at all these women in the ring, I feel like Gigi is she slept on, man. What did you think of the match, or what do you think of my assessment, or do you have somebody else in mind?
No, I think she's the sleeper. Also, I think she'll be the one to turn on Indy, uh, and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not. It's. The match was okay. She's the sleeper. She's someone that you want to see a little bit more of. She handled herself pretty decently. So I'm not damn dogs. I'm not mad about it, but yeah, the match could have ended way earlier.
All right, so it looks like, man, we trying to get a partnership going between Raquel Gonzalez and Cora J for the women's side of the Dusty
Hey,
Cup.
keep talking.
I got you. And then next up, man, we get another round one match in the Dusty Cup Tag Team Classic. We get GYV versus Andre Chase and that boy Hayward, man, representing Chase University. GYV ended up picking up the victory. Too cold, man. This is going on year number 3 for GYV. Last year, MSK they won, so they're trying to run it back, becoming the first ever 2-time Dusty Tag Team Classic champions. We got GYV, who we thought for the last 2 years, especially last year, we thought they were going to end up becoming the Dusty Cup Tag Team winners. They did not. They're back in it this year. They ended up beating, Andre Chase and Hayward from Chase University. It's in my opinion, I truly feel like as much as I want to see GYV win again, I don't think they're going to do it. They had a very good match against Andre Chase and them, but I feel like MSK, they're poised. The way to me, it seems like the way they've been building MSK, I feel like they're going to go back on another run. Do you see MSK or GYV picking up this victory when it's all said and done?
um,
Not to mention, I still think we got the Creed Bros and all them too. So you still got to kind of get through them and all that. But
yeah, they still got to get through all of them. I don't know, man. I maybe they'll give them a little push, but I feel like right now because of this tournament, uh, it's namesake right now. You just need certain people to beat, and I feel like that's just what they're there for. Um,
mm,
I want to
okay,
be confident. I want to be confident that they're going to do it. I just don't have the confidence in WWE because by simply for what the way they've been pushing them.
yeah.
But it could change. But I'm gonna be honest, man. It's either they win it all or get put out now.
Yeah, because
I
I'm looking.
I do not want to see another loss in the finals. Like I like JYV. They should be a Dusty Classic winner. I'm sorry, but yeah, you know how I feel about my soon to be NXT Tag Team Champions. You know how I feel about them.
Well, I'm looking at the semifinals right now. You got MSK versus Blade and the No Fade, and you got GYV versus the Creed Bros. Now, I love GYV, and I feel like 99.9% of the time you can't go wrong with them. But them goddamn Creed Bros, man, they went through that war with Briggs and Jensen last week. They showed they ain't nothing to play with, and you got to understand. I mean, the Creed Bros, they young, they hungry. But them boys legit. Them boys legit. So let me ask you this before we move on. Would you be upset if the Creed Bros ended up taking it all?
No,
Okay.
no, kind
Okay.
of. They're the favorites to me. They're the favorites. You
Okay.
could put MSK, but them Creed brothers are something different. Yeah, man, man, Diamond Man. I know people aren't big on Diamond Mine, but I'm
I
big
like
on
him. I
Michael
love him.
Bivins. I'm big on Michael Bivins, and I'm very big on the Creed brothers, man. Them boys is thorough. Them some thorough boys right there, man. And yeah, man. I'm good with it. They win it. I'm not mad at all. I just don't want them beating GYV in the finals. GYV cannot be in. They need to be out before the finals, or they need to
Yeah.
win it. Period. Period.
Speaking of Bivens, I know we were upset that we didn't get our Paul Heyman MVP promo. Dude, you know what? I would like to see a Malcolm Bivens and Paul Heyman because, dude, Malcolm Bivens, he is so quick with it. Like, dude, just the shit that he says. And, he a real small motherfucker, too. So, like, when he talking his talk, it's like, if they ever catch him, the majority of people he talking shit about could beat the shit out of him, but it doesn't matter. Like, when he said Walter, he like Gunther. He like, your name should be dumbass. Like, just look, he like, your mama should have named you dumbass. Like what?
Like,
Like what?
dude, like, are you kidding me? But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm yeah, all day with Michael Bivins, man. Yeah, he can definitely do it.
All right, man. So before we get to our main event, well, we get this performance, man. We get this performance. And what's her name? Ali J, man. I mean, she looked nice. But the yeah, man. I see triple. Okay. This is my fault too, Cole. This is my fault because I feel like I spoke this into existence. We talk about diversity in wrestling and Triple H or the powers that be try to do something nice. It's about to be Black History Month, and I don't even think she's black, but still, they try to get somebody of color, to go out here and
Well, it ain't
perform in
Black History
NXT.
Month yet. It's still January. It
Yeah,
ain't Black History Month
but
yet.
hey,
So
they try to get
no,
ahead of the curve. You feel me?
no,
Try,
no, 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 no,
hey, hey,
no,
they like,
no,
hey, they
no,
like, hey,
no,
hey,
no,
they
no,
gonna put some
sir,
rap
no,
music.
sir. The black
Hey,
delegation will not allow this. Let's not
hey,
do
hey,
that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Triple A said, we're gonna put some rap music on your TV to get you started right.
Nah, no, 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 no,
Hey,
sir, no, sir, no, sir.
hey, let me ask you
No.
this. Let me ask you this. Did you actually? This hurt me because you know how I feel about people trying to rap, and I do
Mhm,
this. It hurt my feelings because I
mhm.
didn't think I would see a performance worse than anything that them speakers on Beats, the Acclaim put out. And then I heard this. If there's one thing I hate is rapping over a dub track. What I also hate is when you seem like you forget the lyrics to your own words on the dub track because now you just turned into Milli Vanilli. Okay. so too
With
cold
boobs.
with boobs, the talk of the town.
And you know what the sad part about that is? That's all everyone talked about. No one talked about anything else about NXT. That was the conversation about NXT. Oh, what happened on NXT last night? Oh man, some chick with big boobs showed up. What? That's it? That's all that happened? Nothing else happened? Like that was the biggest conversation off of this NXT
Yeah,
2.0. And which is sad for me to say that because the wrestling on the show was actually good, except for a couple
very,
of matches. But I would say three of the matches that they had for the first hour and a half were pretty good matches. But no, the boobs were the conversation
very.
of what was going on.
All right, man. All right, let's get off the booze, man, so we can wrap this up. So we got two more matches. We got Io Shirai, my girl, the genius of the sky, Io Shirai. Now she went up against Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton is one of the new, one of the new talents that they're clearly trying to push.
Right.
Okay, this is the issue I have with this match. I understand. Hey, look, we give Jade Cargill a pass. I'm not saying this chick is Jade Cargill. I see glimmers of talent. The
Mhm.
thing is, she's not ready to be in a ring with somebody like Io Shirai. It was painful to watch this match with Io because you can tell Io, it was blatantly obvious just how much Io had to slow herself down and dumb down her style in this match. It was too much. What we say about Private Party, 1-2 steppage. It just seems
Mhm.
like Io was always constantly waiting for old girl to get a position to do a move. Too cold, man. What did you think of the match?
I didn't. I didn't even really watch it. Um, I like I saw kind of like it started, and then I just like okay, EO's gonna win, and I kind of just fast forward.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what it was. EO won. All right, cool, and that's it. Yeah, I feel like she's gonna be. Uh, she may be in the talks of going up to. I know since we are doing a show. I feel like she's in talks of really going up to the main roster, so she may end up
Yeah.
showing up in the women's Royal Rumble to fill in some of those spots. So, uh, if anything, this was just a send off match. Hopefully,
All right.
we'll see.
Hey
I don't
man.
know.
All right.
I don't even know
All
if
right.
that's a good thing or not. That's fucked up. I don't even know if
All
that's a
right.
good thing, man. Going to the main roster. Is it worse staying in NXT or going to the main roster still? Shit.
Ugh. You know what? Hey, look, I ain't mad if they put EO. I mean, because she's literally done all you can do in NXT. So as much as
Right.
I don't want to see her get, but see, for the most part, the women, for the most part, there are
Right.
exceptions, but for the most part, the women have seemed to have had better luck for the most part in their
Right.
transition overall as compared
Right.
to a lot of the guys that has gotten caught up. That's just my personal opinion. Could be wrong, could be right. All right,
Could be
main
wrong.
event
Could be
time.
right.
Main event time. We got that boy Cameron Grimes. He made a vow to take the North American Championship to the moon as he goes one on one with that boy Tony. Forget about it, D'Angelo. Too cold, man. Look, it was a good match. I liked it. Cameron
Yeah, good
Grimes, he
match.
gonna do his thing, man. He gonna take his shot at the man who don't miss, Carmelo Hayes, for that NXT North American Championship. Hey yo, what you think of this match, man?
Oh,
I know how you feel about the revamped look of Cameron Grimes, but that
yeah.
aside, you know, quality match wise, what are you expecting out of Cameron Grimes and that boy Mello Hayes?
Um, a great match. I'm
Mhm.
actually expecting a great match out of these two because I know what both of them can do. The match between Grimes and D'Angelo was pretty good. It was a really good match, main event.
Right, right.
Pete Dunne came back, to exact some revenge, and which is cool. So they'll get that payoff match, that last little whatever they'll do. Um, But no, it was a good match between them. Grimes won. We're gonna get Grimes versus Carmelo for the North American Championship. I'm fine with that. I got no problems with it whatsoever. Uh, that's really about it, man. I just can't wait to see that match. All right, cool. You finally got somebody for Carmelo Hayes to really fight up against and really put on a good match with. All right, cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. The match he had with Roddy Strong was
Yeah.
was 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 good too. Like, don't know that was a really good match. Like, you could feel some way about a few things, but the match was good.
Mhm.
So no, that was a really great match. But now he get to put on another really great match.
All
But I
right,
don't
two
see
goals.
Cameron Grimes winning.
I don't either. I don't either, but I definitely see a hard hitting match. I see some cool little moves being done.
Right.
I see Cameron Grimes eventually probably getting called up as well, but once again, we'll
We'll
see.
see.
But yeah, man, too cold. All right, so that would do it for NXT. We'll be back in about an hour or so to give y'all, man, episode 1 of our Royal Rumble rankings. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then, of course, tonight, man, here in the great city of Cleveland, Ohio, we got Bash. Wait, what is it? Is it Bash at the Beach?
No,
Beach break,
beach
beach break.
bag, beach break,
I'm
beach
thinking of
break.
WCW. Goddamn.
Right.
We got
Beach
beach
break.
break tonight, man. Cleveland, Ohio, AEW Wednesday night dynamite. It's on like a pot of neck bone. So we got that review show coming for you too. But like I said, man, about an hour, we be back with this Royal Rumble talk. Until then, I am the 28-year-old piece of gold. He is too cold. We see y'all in a minute. Peace.